Welcome back to the channel and thank you very much for watching. In this video, we're going to be discussing the top 5 essential WooCommerce plugins. We're not going to present them in any particular order. We are going to present to you the most important e-commerce plugins to make your website successful. We're going to be discussing marketing plugins, analytics plugins, and customer care plugins that you need to have in your WooCommerce store to make it functional and effective. This is the e-commerce store that we've built to date. If you have been following along in our video series, you would have your own e-commerce store that looks like this, where you are selling whatever products you have decided to sell to date. Now, once you have a store like this, you need to start engaging with your clients. You need to start marketing your store to potential clients and potential visitors. People need to know that your store exists when they go to Google to search for it, and people need to come into your store and you need to talk to them, chat to them, and also you need to also be analyzing what is happening in your store so you can figure out how to best grow your business. Now, let us start. If you're new to the channel and you haven't been following along, have a look at the link in the description below and you can see the entire video series on building your own WooCommerce store from scratch. Let's get started. Now, the first plugin I'm going to share with you is what we call a Google Site Kit. The Google Site Kit is an analytics type plugin that will help you analyze and understand your website data and information. Any serious e-commerce person needs to understand what is happening in their e-commerce store. You need to understand how many visitors are you getting per day? What are visitors doing when they reach your site? How many minutes are people spending on your website? Especially, what are people searching for to land to your site? What mode of transport, if you want to call it, are people using to get to your site? Did they find your site via social media? Did they directly just come straight to your site, or did they search for it on Google? And what keywords especially did they use? Okay, these are very, very important metrics because they're going to help you design your SEO better and optimize your website. Now let's go and have a look at the Google Site Kit plugin. When you go to your website, you have to log into your backend, and once you've logged into your backend, you can go to your dashboard. Once you reach the back end of your website, this is the normal dashboard. You need to go under plugins on the navigation panel. Just look for plugins and click on add a new plugin. And you would just search at the top there for Google Site Kit, or just search for Google, and Google Site Kit should be the first one that appears. There you go, Site Kit by Google, and then you would just click install and activate. In my case, I have already installed it and activated it. So you just go through that process, and once you install and activate, it will take you through the setup wizard where you just connect it to your Google account, and whatever Google account that you're using on your computer, just connect it to that and then click activate, and then it will take you directly to the dashboard of the plugin. The dashboard of the plugin is going to be right at the top of your WooCommerce or e-commerce navigation panel. So let's just go there and have a look at what is available on the dashboard. When we initiated the first time, we only activated the Google search part of the kit. Okay, there's much more that you can do. So if you go to the settings, you will see that the Search Console is the only one that we have activated because it's the default, it's the easiest one to do. But you have more services that you can add here. You can add AdSense if you are using your website. If you have adverts on your site, you can create, if you have adverts, add Google Ads on your website, you can add an AdSense account. You can add a Google Analytics account, which will also give you more insights on your Google Analytics for your website, and have a look at the page speed insights. For now, I'm just going to leave it like that and leave it on the Search Console. And it's going to take a bit of time to gather all the information on your website, especially if your website is new. So you won't see anything initially on this dashboard, but over time, as you build your site and this plugin starts to collect data, this data is going to be available on this dashboard, and you're going to see a lot of very, very useful information. Let's move on to the next WooCommerce plugin. Just search for Click to Chat. It's the first one that comes up. That's the one that we want. Okay, so let's go install. Activate. And once you activate that, it's that simple. Then you need to go to the settings for that click to chat, and you're going to enter your WhatsApp number. So for argument's sake, I'm just going to enter a number here. Pre-filled message. This is a number that you will you want people to see when they first go into this application. So I'm just going to say message from the nail store online. Okay, call to action, send us a message. And then you get a chance to decide how your app is going to look like on your screen. Now, if you want to know what you see here is style 1, style 2, style 8. You need to you can just click this in another window so you can see what these styles look like and what actually you are selecting here. So I'll just open that in another window. Wait for it to load and you can see what the different styles look like. So style 3 I like. So this is going to be a widget that appears on your website that allows people to directly click and chat to you. So I'm going to go with style 3. Okay, so I'm going to go with style 3 for the desktop, and for the mobile, I'm going to go with the same style 3. So I'm going to choose style 3 for both, and you can choose where you want to place this widget on your website. Bottom right, that sounds right, and then web WhatsApp, display, enable features, and just like that, you click on save changes. Okay. Once you've saved the changes, this is already installed on your website. We can just quickly go and have a look and see if this chat widget is there. Not the admin site, just the normal website. Okay, let's just refresh that. And once you refresh it, you'll see at the bottom there, you have your send us a message to the WhatsApp. And if you have a look at the mobile site, this is also what it looks like on the mobile site, which means if people are browsing your website and they want to chat to you quickly, they can just click on this and it will take them to web WhatsApp, and then they can send you a WhatsApp message. If they're doing it from their mobile phones, immediately it will just open WhatsApp window and they will be able to chat with you. And this is a really good plugin because it allows you to do two things. The first thing it allows you to do is you're able to immediately help people when they have an issue making orders on your website. Another thing that this thing is very useful for, and this is behind the scenes, that it's not always advertised, is it helps you collect contact information. So every time somebody sends you a WhatsApp message, you get their phone number, and you can start building a database of all the people, even people that didn't buy. You can start building a database of the contact information and use it for future marketing purposes, obviously just on your website, because on your terms and conditions, you have already clarified, and you've clarified your privacy policy that all the contact information gathered on this website is going to be used for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and everybody that is using a website has agreed to those terms and conditions. So it's perfectly legal for you to collect their phone numbers if they choose to use this widget on your website to get in touch with you. The next useful plugin that we're going to discuss is also with regards to marketing. Now we're going marketing. Marketing is the most important thing to do on your WooCommerce website. You have to market your website to drive traffic to your website, to get your website known, to just make more sales. The most important one is Facebook for WooCommerce. Now, Facebook for WooCommerce, if we go back to our back end and we go back to our plugins, you will see that under installed plugins, when you installed WooCommerce the first time, Facebook for WooCommerce would already be installed. So if you've been following around with us with this tutorial, you would already have Facebook for WooCommerce installed on your WooCommerce, because it comes in with a WooCommerce whole set package suite of things. And the only thing you need to do here is to click on configure, and it will take you to a wizard where you can connect your Facebook account. So I highly suggest that by now you already have a Facebook page, right? Because you are running a business and you're selling something. It's very important you already have a Facebook page, and that's what you're going to connect here. And once you connect your Facebook page to this WooCommerce plugin, you're going to have an option to synchronize your your product catalog to the Facebook page. That is very, very useful, because once you synchronize your product catalog to your Facebook page, your Facebook shop page on that page that you've created will immediately and automatically list the products that you are selling on your WooCommerce. So you will not have to re-enter these products again on Facebook. So now you will be selling on two different channels. You'll be selling on WooCommerce online, but you'll also be selling on Facebook directly on your page. And this plugin will help you synchronize that information automatically. So if you add a new product on WooCommerce, it will automatically be added on your Facebook page. If you delete something or you change prices, it will also change and update prices. And this is a very useful plugin to have if you want to do Facebook marketing as well. The next plugin we're going to discuss is, this is crucial, Mailchimp for WooCommerce. You got to have this. Mailchimp for WooCommerce as well, just like the Facebook plugin. If you go back to our plugins, very similar to the Facebook plugin, the Mailchimp for WooCommerce would already have been installed together with your WooCommerce suite of plugins. So you will not have to do this separately yourself. If you followed along with our tutorial, you will have Mailchimp for WooCommerce already installed. Now, what you need to do is go to the bottom and go to Mailchimp. Okay, currently it's not connected. You need to connect to a Mailchimp account. But in order to connect to a Mailchimp account, you must create a Mailchimp account. It's completely free. Okay, so just open a new website and a new page and click on Mailchimp and just search for Mailchimp, and just make sure that you go to exactly the correct Mailchimp website. And when you get here, just create a new account. It's completely free to get a Mailchimp account. And if you look at the pricing, they allow you to do a lot of things for free. I know when you come here, you're going to see a lot of these pricings, but you have the free version, and the free version already allows you a lot of stuff. Like I use a free version every way, unless if you're really growing and you're going to have more than 200 contacts. I think that's a limit. Then you can go and start paying for it, but it's also affordable even if you have to start paying for it. And Mailchimp is by far, and I've tried a lot of these marketing softwares, trust me, Mailchimp is one of the best ones and one of the best value for money, even if you have to pay for certain packages. And once you do that, like, yes, not 200, 2,000 contacts. So this is good for beginners. Up to 2,000 contacts, you can use the free version. And what happens with the contacts is WooCommerce is really smart. Now, every time somebody comes to your website and leaves their personal information, WooCommerce is going to collect that information under users. Okay. Every time you make a purchase, a user has to enter their name, their address, and their location and their email for the sake of completing the purchase. That information is going to be added under users. And when you come here, you will see a list of everybody that has ever used your store. So this website collects information for you automatically over time. So if you run this store for about 6 months, your contact list is just going to keep growing. And once you've connected it to Mailchimp, this contact list will then sync with your Mailchimp account that you've created here. And you can use it for free for up to 2,000 contacts. Now, why do you want to install Mailchimp? Mailchimp is an free email. It's an email marketing software. What you want to do is every time you have a new product, something you want to communicate to your clients, maybe you have a promotion, or you just want to remind your clients that you exist. You always get these emails, these marketing emails from that irritate you from all the sort of places. You need to do the same with your store. So your clients you need to continuously engage with them so they know that you're alive. So you collect your email list. You come here, you would log in. I'm not going to do that now. I'm just showing you. You would log in here and you start creating marketing campaigns. A marketing campaign is you just collect all the contact information once you've synced your Mailchimp here to your eCommerce. Then you have to do this from the Mailchimp side. You create a new campaign. You pick a template, you structure your email in that template, and you decide how you want to do this. And we'll do more detailed tutorials in the future, showing you step by step how to do these things for all the different plugins that we're showing you today. But for the purposes of this video today, is just to show you the different plugins. But you would be able to create marketing campaigns. You can have automated campaigns. All sorts of things to just keep your clients engaged, so that every once a week, once a month, perhaps they get an email from your store just reminding them, oops, oops, we got a new product, we got this and that. And that's a nice way of getting people to come back to your store, because you don't want clients to buy and never return to your store again. You want to keep, if they've bought from you before, they are the most likely people to buy from you again. So every time you have something new, you want to keep reminding them. Every time you have specials, you want to keep sending them emails about specials so that they can come back and buy from your store. We've made our way to the very last plugin that we recommend as an essential for WooCommerce, and it is called Beeketing. Okay, let's now just go and have a look, and back on the plugins and click add new, and when that page opens, just search for Beeketing, spelled like that. Okay, this is the one. Beeketing for WooCommerce marketing automation to boost sales. This is the most important plugin for WooCommerce. I know every plugin that I've talked about, I've called the most important. That is why I call them 5 essential. The 5 most important plugins, most essential for WooCommerce. If you want to have a successful e-commerce business, you need to have Beeketing or something similar. Install the plugin, and once that is done, click on activate, and then we also just do the same thing and go to that a navigation page for it. Okay, Bertha, welcome to Beeketing. Yay. Okay, let's connect. Okay, so the first time you open your Beeketing account, you need to sign into Beeketing separately, the way you would do with a lot of the plugins, because you have to register it on that plugin's website. So just put in your email address there and your password. Okay, so once you've created your account, you have to choose the type of plugin. It's WooCommerce, obviously, and then you put in your website domain there and click on add a shop. And it is that simple to connect your Beeketing. Now, Beeketing has a couple of applications. That is why I love it. You install one plugin, and within that one plugin, you have multiple apps that you can use on your store. So let's just go through the most useful ones. Now, Beeketing has got free apps, and it's got premium and paid for app. So it's sort of a mixture. But, within the free apps, that's everything that you need, to be honest. When you have more money and your store is growing, you can start paying for the premium apps, but you can already do a lot with the free apps. Okay, Facebook chat. This allows you to have something similar to the WhatsApp one, but for Facebook. So you would get a thing on that day that people can directly contact you on Facebook. So let's just right click on that and see what that has to offer. Get app. Okay, now I'm just going to close that. Okay, I'm going to close that. This is not going to be an extensive Beeketing tutorial. Perhaps we'll make another video for that in the future. I'm just showing you the very quick apps that you really want to have that are not going to, that's not going to cost you a lot of money. Now, once you install this, you have to install you have to connect your Facebook account. What this will allow you to do is you will then be able to, just close that. You will then be able to get on your website something similar to the WhatsApp chat, and you can have it sitting right next or on the other side of your window. And people can choose. They can choose whether they want to talk to you on the WhatsApp link, or they want to talk to you on Facebook. There's people that maybe do not want to share their numbers with you on WhatsApp, but they are more comfortable to use Facebook. But then there's people that don't have a Facebook account and they will use WhatsApp. This just helps you to communicate and chat with your clients better. Okay, so that's the first one that we did. I want to show you another one. The sales pop. Okay, let's click on get app for that. Okay, now these are those, like you visit a store and you see that somebody has bought blah 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 2 years ago or 2 seconds ago, and this is called social proof on your website. So when people visit your store, they want to know that your store is legit. They want to know that other people are purchasing from your store. Beeketing allows you to share your sale data or your sale information from your WooCommerce store with clients that are visiting your store. Obviously, it's not going to be sensitive information. It's usually just someone's first name, like it will say, Bertha from Four Ways just bought this, So it's not information that your clients are going to have an issue with sharing, but it helps your store look more realistic, and it helps your store with what we call social proof, so that clients coming in are more encouraged to buy. And I can assure you, I've built stores in the past where I didn't have the social proof, and then I immediately installed the social proof, and you can immediately see it in the sales. They will just go up by a certain percentage. Depending on what you're selling, there is always a considerable amount of increase in sales once you add social proof on your website. Now, one thing I want to add with this is that Beeketing allows you to use your actual data. So what you need to come here is, once you've installed the app there, there's a couple of things that you need to work on the design of what that pop-up will look like. Do you want it to look like this, or you want it to be square, or you want it to be circular like that? And then you also can decide the kind of information that you want to display. So when you have time, go through this, design your proof thingy, and then once you're done with that, you're just going to say save and activate. And once you've saved and activated, immediately when you go to your website, this is our website, if we restart this, you should see that pop-up appearing. Tutorial was to show you the specific essential WooCommerce plugin. Thank you very much for watching.